Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today we're talking about the Start Deck 100 Battle Collection, which is a set of 100 decks in Japan, which are releasing at the December 19th, apparently. And so this is relatively soon, so we are seeing some reveals from them. We've talked about some reveals before. I'm going to talk about some of those again as well. Again, these are 100 different decks. And this will be made from a pool of 742 cards. So if we take a look at like this card here, you can see the set number out of 742. That's like absurd. It's like there's gonna be a bunch of reprints, and I was thinking all the cards would be bad, but that's not the case here. We got some really interesting cards and some really surprising things here as well. But just should want to preface it with what this actually is. Also, before we hop into things, I do want to say make sure you subscribe and like. That really helps out support the channel and the video. But the cards here are, again, we're talking about the new reveals, and then we'll talk about the previous reveals a little bit as well. These are new as in as of the day recording, which is like a day before the video releases. So there's a chance there are newer releases since then, which I'm obviously not covering because they're not not revealed at the time of recording. But do be aware these are going to be rolling out over time. But the first ones here are going to be Koraidon EX and Miraidon EX, and these are really interesting because they are Teras, which I didn't think we were going to see any more Teras, because the Teras are Scarlet and Violet era mechanic, and this, we're now in the Mega era, as you can see. So that's surprising. Don't know exactly how this is going to translate to the regular TCG sets. This will be coming into Ascended Heroes. Ascended Heroes is going to be made up of both Mega Dream EX in Japan as well, which Mega Dream EX, if you're not familiar, does have reprints, but it also has like some Megas like Mega Frostlass, Mega Electros. It also has a handful of like decent and cool new trainers and just some overall cool cards from it. But it's not a super big set in terms of new cards. But then also this really big set of cards, the Start Deck 100 Battle Collection. So yeah, the Koraidon EX is in that, and this card here is a fighting. They're both Terras. They were both Terras into their normal types, so that's a little disappointing. Also, I recently made a video on Terras, and I kind of complained about Terras. But said that they have some cool things as well. But Koraidon EX here, of course, Tera immune to bench damage, both yours and your opponent, so it does like stop Steelix or something. I don't think I've ever seen the immune to your own bench damage come into play. But anyways, for fighting colorless, you do 50, but for when your Pokemon's knocked out last turn, you do 120 more. So 170 for 2. This is okay. Could it be better? Yes. Is it good? Probably not, right? Let's be honest. But it's not like horrible either. Then you could do 200 for 3. This is a bit underwhelming. It's not horrendous. You can't attack next turn either, but it's like it's whatever, I guess. We have Miraidon EX. This is kind of similar. Its second attack for 3 does 240 to an EX, so that's pretty decent. 120 to a non-EX, so not terrible here. Again, not amazing. Obviously, Miraidon EX in standard, it's a pretty good card, right? Searching for basic lightning Pokemon with this ability is really nice, and its attack's also pretty nice there as well. The attack's going to be a little better, but it doesn't have that ability. Then you can do for 1 lightning just 40, so ultimately not super good cards, but it is interesting that we are seeing Terras coming back here. I guess it is actually good that Miraidon EX is a Tera. You can play this with the other Miraidon EX with like a lightning toolbox deck to increase your bench size, which right now in the standard, we see that, well, let's see, how do I do this? Is this going to give me the Tera lightning Pokemon? The basics, and yeah, okay, there's just 2 basics. Pikachu has 5 arts. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, there's Pikachu and there's Mewtwo, both Lightning EXs that are Terras. Mewtwo, of course, not normally Terra here. So that's kind of fun. Anyways, you could play these. Obviously, Pikachu EX is played within Lightning Toolbox stacks. If we look at like Joltik Box, or something like Terra Box as well. Obviously, it's played to be a main attacker. If you look at Miraidon. I don't know how to find Miraidon. People don't really play it very much. I mean, they can play Miraidon EX, but not like a Miraidon Electric deck. If you're playing Electric, you might not be playing Area Zero Underdepths, but you could be. You could get value. I don't know. Ultimately, what I'm saying is you could play this to have a Terra and play with Miraidon, which is like kind of cool with the other Miraidon. This new Miraidon also works, and it is an attacking option against like Raging Bull. It's not bad. So ultimately, an okay card there. Then we have Mawile here with a Call for Family for 2 basics. And then you're also able to. Also, I don't know why these cards have these dots on them. At first, I thought it was just like a mistake. I think it is, but it also might be like it almost looks like the same size as the energy symbol. So maybe something got here or there. I don't know. I've seen it on a few cards here, but anyways, it could be nothing. It could be a design decision that seems kind of weird. But anyways, you could have Call for Family searching for 2 basics, which is, I guess, okay. And then you can do 90 for 3, not spectacular, but whatever. Then register. Okay, it's pretty bad for like actual standard play or just a random card. It's just whatever. Then Registeel EX here, another EX, another basic, 230 HP, 3 retreat. And then for 4, you do for 1, which is metal, 3 your colorless, you do 140, take 50 less next turn. First attack and accelerate to yourself. Ultimately, not very good. Unfortunately, not very good. 140 for 4, obviously pretty bad. Taking a little less is it's kind of cool, but you're not taking that much less. There are ways to like stack this with other things, but ultimately it's not super powerful. Then we got Hoopa here, the last of the new cards. This here can draw 2 for 1, then 130 for 3. I suppose like some of these single prizes are okay in GLC, but they're not spectacular. Obviously not particularly good in standard. I mean, it's not horrendous within like a Darkness box deck, but Survivor's going to be bad. I mean, Survivor's not even like super good either. I don't know if Survivor's really been seeing that much play. I can't imagine it's been seeing that much. I mean, Darkest Box hasn't seen that much play anyways. But anyways, these cards are all right. It's really interesting to see Teras, though. That's honestly the main reason why I'm making this video. But there are some really good cards from the set which have been already revealed, and I'll talk about them a little more now. I've talked about them some in the past. It's definitely not Pikachu, though, and it's not Raichu either. Raichu, not very good. But you have... it's not Urban either. That's also bad. Mega Charizard YEX, which has the attack Plosion, apparently, or Plosion Y. What? Okay. You discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. It can be an Ignition. If you have that, you can just discard it and attack. Then you do 280 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. 280 Snipe is like a lot. Snipe damage is really nice, potentially, and so yeah, this card's pretty interesting as an option within Charizard. Obviously, so these cards are releasing in a little while, right? Especially internationally, closer to rotation. So you could pair this with Charizard EX. In standard, where it looks okay, though not amazing. I mean, I like it more than Charizard, or what's it called, Mega Charizard X EX, which I do like, or I don't like, but I think it's it's whatever. It's okay within Charizard, obviously allowing you to do some big damage, but it's also kind of committal. Then you like lose all your energy, and then you're not getting amazing payoff either. I mean, this for 3 energy is doing more, but a tiny bit more, but it's also Snipe there. So I like this a bunch more. Would I play it with Ignition? I don't know, but it is kind of cool there. And then you also have the new item, Pokepad. This card is super good. I've kind of been saying it's not like broken, which I stand by. It's not like actually game breaking. However, it's very good. It's a card that lets you search for any Pokemon without a rule box, put into your hand, and shuffle your deck on an item here. So this is really nice. Compare it to the other top ball search cards in the game, including Buddy Buddy Poffin. There's Nest Ball, there's Ultra Ball, there's Buddy Buddy Poffin. Now there's this. I think these are all on a similar tier, as in very, very good, right? If you look at any deck in the game, they're probably playing, I mean, this list here is playing 7 copies of them collectively. I'm just going to look through this most recent regional here. If we look at like the top 3 decks, we see this list is playing 9 of those cards. We see this list is playing 9 as well of those cards, and this list is playing. This one's just playing 5. Genesect DX also gets some of that. Fighting Gong's also looking to similar caliber as well. So you're going to see a lot of cards like that in decks. Pokepad is only getting single prizers, but single prizers are still like decent. You look at like a deck like Charizard here, playing Dusknoir, also playing Pidgeot, not Pidgeot, it is playing Pidgeot, but it's also playing Knocked Out, which are good single prizers. It's also Fanrotom. And there are your previous evolutions. If you look at, Dragapult, same idea there. If you look at even something like Goldenga, you have Lunatone, Solak, and Gimmighoul, and Monkey in this list, which is a card. And so, you're going to be able to find stuff in really any deck of the game. You look at like Joltik, Goldengo here. You still have your Joltik you can get. You have your Gimmighouls. You have the Galvantula as well if you want. So it's like a potential inclusion in really any deck in the game. Even like this Dragapult Blaziken deck. Yeah, your previous evolutions, you can get your Badoo, your Monkey. So there's like so many different things you can get with this card. In every deck. It's not getting everything. Ultra Ball gets anything, any Pokemon. Nest Ball gets any basic, which are going to be most of the ones you want to get. Almost all the ones I've named have been basics. Not Dracloak, not like middle evolutions and not good final evolutions like Noctowl, but for the most part, it's getting like Nest Ball's going to be getting a lot of things in a similar way. If you look at like a regular Dragapult list, playing something like Hawlucha, or specifically Hawlucha, really, which again will be rotating soon after this comes out. But a card like this, which isn't crazy to see, and on playability, that spell not going to trigger it, right? So you're going to be able to use Pokepad there as well. Ultimately, I think Pokepad is quite good. It's very good. It's going to be a top 10 card in the game when it comes out, I imagine. It might be in the tail end of that. I don't know. But it's a very, very good card. But anyways, tell me down below in the comment section what your thoughts are on this new set. If you think it's going to be, or this like collection of decks, I guess, which is making up a set. But tell me what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. But I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the good stuff. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.